Hello, everybody. We welcome you to this edition of News You Can Use. I'm your host, Thera Martin, and we are glad to be with you today. We're going to shine the spotlight on an organization called the Brightside Academy, and boy, do they have a great story to share. And then when we turn the page a little bit later on in the show, we will shine the spotlight on the Northwest Victim Services Organization. They'll be doing a fundraiser coming up, and they too have some important information that they're going to deliver to you today on this edition of News You Can Use. We'll be back in just a moment. And now it's time to start our program. If you just turned your television on, hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm the host, Thera Martin, and I want to introduce two of my friends. They are from the Brightside Academy. Marissa Golden, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Taylor, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I am so excited because for a minute it looked like it was going to take forever to make this happen, but Brightside Academy is a story worth telling. I mean, I want to get on the rooftop somewhere in Philadelphia and just shout it to everybody, the services that you provide. Now, you are a child care agency. Would that be the correct way to describe it?
Yes.
We are an early learning child care company. We have 26 academies in Philadelphia.
Wow.
And they are prominently placed in our neighborhoods where we are servicing the families in those communities.
And servicing is what you do, and that's what grabbed me. I was so glad the day we had an opportunity to meet this past summer of 2017.
Yes.
You happened to pop through the Panatti Recreation Center where I work in my other life, and I was sold. I looked at the flyer and I read the flyer and I was like, what? You provide all of this? And that was it for me. We were off to the races, weren't we?
We were. It was amazing. It was so. I thank you so much for having that opportunity to be at your rec center and also to give us the platform to be able to tell our story and to tell all the things that we do offer at our 26 locations. We do offer programs for our children that are specialized and in unique ways, and we do it individualized as well as group. And we have also, we offer meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinners. We offer them free formula, free baby wipes, free diapers, free training pants.
Stop right there for a second. See, when she said all of this to me, that's what had me just like stars just popping out of my head. Free this, free that, free the other. Now that's for low-income families, for low-income mothers.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But I want people, this is what I want people to know, because some folks will use, I've got a baby, I've got a toddler, as an excuse to not do anything, to not go back to school and finish your education, or to further your education, to not go get a job. No excuses. Brightside Academy exists.
Yes, we have those services for them. And it is an encouragement. Let us watch your child while you increase your education, while you meet your personal and adult goals, because your strength is going to be the strength for your young child that you're looking to educate.
Okay, so now Brightside Academy, I guess you could say you've got a floating scale, or it depends on what the income level of that family is, or of that single parent is. Is that how it goes?
In some cases, yes. Parents can be private pay parents, or they can utilize the voucher program, which is the subsidy program called CCIS, which is Child Care Information Services in Philadelphia. So they really have to go through that process, and they do get subsidy for child care. They need to either be working or in an educational program to receive those services. So yes, we do encourage parents to go to those sites throughout the city of Philadelphia, and we direct them based on their zip code.
And I know for new parents, I remember 100 years ago when I was a new parent.
Oh, stop.
And you're nervous
Yes.
to leave that baby, that little child, that toddler,
So
when
true.
you know it's that first time you got to do that, and you got to go back to work, or you're starting work, or you're going to school. and you want to know that your child is in a place that's loving, that they're going to be well treated, that is clean, that's bright and cheerful, not a little dreary old place, and all that kind of stuff. All of your Brightside locations, all 26 of them, I'm told, are up to par.
Oh, they are. We are on either 3 to 4 stars with Keystone stars. We also subscribe to making sure that our standards, we've been around for over a quarter of a century, and we've only gotten better. And to be able to say that you've been around that long and are only improving is a great thing to be able to tell the story, because that in itself tells the story about how we came about and how long we've been around. And we make the environment so that the child can move on in a empowered way, and their families. We give them the information that they need to take their children further and be successful in any endeavor that they take on. Lifelong learning is what we promote.
Now, you also shared, and either of you ladies can answer this question, I guess, about how if there's a family that has a child or children enrolled at Brightside Academy, and maybe there's some family issues that are going down. Maybe there's a behavioral issue with one of the children or something like that. You all have like counseling services provided. This is above and beyond anything I've heard any child care center have.
Right. We do have intervention specialists that are on site. We have 2 with Brightside, and they do oversee families that do have those child care needs for child intervention. We are also an academy where we accept those therapists into our academies where children have already been evaluated and need to get services during the day. And if they are in our care, the therapists actually come to the academy to support that child. So yes, we do provide those services. The services are very unique in that parents feel nurtured and know that they can come to a location like Brightside and have that service provided. We also have Head Start, we have pre-K counts, we have Philadelphia Pre-K, and these programs also have a strong child intervention program attached to it. So yes, we are providing all of those resources to benefit our children and our families.
Now, I know you're not a fortune teller, and we don't have a crystal ball up here, but I keep hearing from the Trump administration that they're looking at possibly wiping out like Head Start or some of the other vital programs that we need for our children. I know you can't see into the future, but do you think that could impact not only Brightside Academy, but other entities?
I want to say yes, if it went that far, it could affect us, but I'd rather say no. I'd rather say no, prayerfully no. We have too many early learning children in the city of Philadelphia that we need to educate and get them ready for the elementary education environment. So right now, the answer is yes, no no's out there that I know of.
Now, ain't no shame in my game. When I was a young mother, I was a single mom. I had the education, a college graduate, had just graduated. In fact, I graduated pregnant. So as my mother used to say, you made your bed hard, now lie in it, right? And it was really a daunting task to be a single mom, fresh out of college, had not really started my career yet, scared to death. And I had to get on public assistance for a minute until I got myself stabilized and got my first job in radio. And you know, it's tough sometimes to ask for help, and it's tough sometimes to let people know that you're going through something where you need help.
Exactly.
So I'm wondering, how do we capture the parents and often single women who have 1 or 2 babies at home, and again, they're low income, they're maybe just on welfare, don't have any other kind of money coming in, and maybe they don't have the same education that I was able to get. And so they're not doing anything. They're sitting at home. They don't want to come and really talk to you because they're embarrassed to have to say, I need Pampers, I need the formula, and I need this free child care. How do we break through that shame part, you know?
I think with the family service coordinator positions and our family advocates, I think the reason the position was created successfully, and I think so, is because we reach out to them so that they don't have to feel like they have to reach out to us. I know for all of our academies, there's somebody in each of our academies that can go out there and reach out to the mothers, whether it be in the supermarkets, whether it be door to door, whether it be meeting them outside in our tables as we provided at the rec center.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons we go out and do those grassroots and try and help and reach out where we don't have to make them feel like they're the only ones out there. And we've been so successful with that, and we make people feel empowered and feel like they're not the only ones. And I can speak for myself. I was one of them, so I can actually relate. I was a mom and a college student and a single mom, and I know I had to ask for help.
Yeah.
So I can actually relay a true story and tell them, you know, it's just that little bit of help that you take that can bring you and your child over that top.
Well, so for people who want to know about these 26 locations for Brightside Academy here in the Philadelphia area, there's a website folks can go to and look and see where's the nearest one to them?
Yes, there is a website, brightsideacademy.com, and there is an 800 number, and I need a cheat sheet for that.
All right, get that cheat sheet out.
877-862, I'm sorry, 877-868-2273.
All right, say that again for us.
877-868-2273.
Okay, next question. Enrollment. Is there only a certain time of year when you can get your young person or young people signed up for Brightside Academy, or is it a year-round enrollment?
Great question.
Yeah, it is a great question. We have rolling enrollment, meaning that whenever there is a need for a parent, we are there to service them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and I do want to add as well that we are not an academy or an organization where we sit and wait for families to come to us. A big part of our mission is to outreach to those families. So yes, we're putting out there, we're outreaching, and we're doing the grassroots, but we are also servicing them in all aspects that we can.
Absolutely, and if I can expand on that a little bit, we actually make sure that enrollment is open for them all the time. If we can, we'll find them a space. I know right now all of our academies do have spaces, so please reach out to us, our website, call. We're able to make a tour happen at any given time. There's always somebody there to service a family in need.
And like you said, Brightside Academy is always doing outreach in the community, out and about everywhere.
Yes.
We're out of time, so I can't really list the places that you have coming up, but they're going to be out there all over the city. And if you want to know some of the locations where they're going to be, again, if they log on to the website, they'll get those details?
Yes.
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 All
if
right,
they log
website,
on
one
to-
more time.
brightsideacademy.com. The phone number is 877-868-2273.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you
I
so
appreciate
much.
you
Thank
all.
you.
We're so
Thank
thrilled to
Good
be here.
news, good news,
Yes.
Brightside Academy. If
Thank
we
you.
can help get these babies up and start educating them early and all of that, and help some of these single moms, single parents and whatnot, then we will have made a difference in Philadelphia. Stay along for the ride. News You Can Use continues after this.
Oh my god, I can't believe what this girl is wearing. Ugh, why would she even go outside wearing that?
Why would he say that? Oh my gosh, do I really look that bad?
Why would I say that? Why would I be so mean?
I don't understand why people can be so cruel. I just wish you all apologized to me.
I probably just ruined this girl's day. I have to apologize to her. I have to make this right. It's the right thing to do.
Hey, I'm sorry for what I said back there. That was really
It's
mean
okay.
of me. I'm really sorry.
Oh, thank you for apologizing.
Hello, everybody. We continue our program right now, News You Can Use. And in this segment, we are shining the spotlight on the Northwest Victims Services. And I'm glad to introduce Melanie Nelson. Thank you for being here. And this gentleman right here, everybody who watches Channel 56 or Channel 36, you know who that is. I'm not even introducing him. No, Mr. Derek Sawyer, thank you for being here as well, who hosts his own program at LaSalle TV. But I'm honored to have you on this show today.
Thank you.
Yeah. Northwest Victim Services, for those who are clueless, who just don't know what it is you all do, please give us an idea.
So Northwest Victim Services, we help victims of crime within the Northwest section of Philadelphia. All of our services are free. So we help victims of crime in the 5th, 14th, 35th, and 39th police districts. So we help with unpaid medical bills, lost time from work, funeral expenses, unpaid medical bill, mileage, child care. And we're also in the courtroom 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So we go to court during the preliminary hearing stages with our victims.
Yeah, and I can only imagine for somebody who's never been involved in any kind of court situation, never had to go to court for anything, never had a lawyer before, but suddenly you become a victim, and I got to go to court. I would be nervous, and I was nervous when it happened to me. And I was simply there trying to help someone else, but I was still nervous, sitting in that room waiting to go into the, see the, I was nervous, so I could see where people would love to have somebody with them.
It's a very frightening experience because the victim testifies during the preliminary hearing stages and the defendant is right there. The defendant's family is in the courtroom, so it's a horrible ordeal.
How about even before you get into the courtroom and you're down to family court and we're all sitting there together, the victim, you know, and the perpetrator, we're all there together. They're family members, they're glaring at you, and we're just sitting here trying to just be like, no problems.
Right.
That's a very uncomfortable situation.
It is horrible. And the victims really appreciate having a courtroom advocate there to be able to walk them through the process.
So if you become a victim of a crime, God forbid, are you supposed to just know, oh, I got to call Northwest Victim Services? Does somebody tell you at the police department, or how does that happen?
The police department, they do work hand in hand with us. So we get a report every day of all the crimes that have occurred in the Northwest section of Philadelphia, which is a lot. So we automatically send out information. We do the 5th, 14th, 35th, and 39th, the
I
whole
get the 39th
Northwest.
police reports as a business quarter manager in North Philly, and I'm on the PDAC for the 39th, but it's, I mean, every day.
It's
every
alarming.
day, and my boss expects me to read it, and it's daunting.
It is. So we get those reports and then we mail our information out. But there are times when we get referrals. So unfortunately, we had a referral not too long ago. Derek Sawyer actually lost his nephew who was shot in the head. That was his nephew who was shot in the head, the one in Northeast that was riding on a bike. So it was just a horrible experience, and when it hits home, it's different.
Yeah, so it's a little different when you read about it on the news.
Yes.
The thing that I remember most is looking at the news report, because I get the news alerts, thinking like, I'll read it later because it's probably somebody I don't know. Come to find out it's a relative. So it's a little bit different when it hits home. But it is important to make sure people know that there are services out there, because my family didn't know. It's just ironic that I happen to be on the board for Northwest Victim Services, that I was able to educate them. So it's a lot of people that don't know that when they're a victim of a crime, they have services for them.
Yes. And I want to dedicate this show to Amber Jones, I believe is her last name. Her body was found over this past weekend in a trash bag dumped on the side of a road. We were at Mount Zion Baptist Church this past Saturday. You were there, I was there, a bunch of us ladies were there. It was a domestic violence rap discussion program. It was a beautiful program. And during that program, it was announced, and Amber is a member of Mount Zion Baptist Church. And so the church family knew that she had been going through some stuff, but it was just too late.
It was, and it's horrible. And so we'll reach out to the family, because there are times when families do not have life insurance. So Northwest Victim Services can file a claim for that family, and then mom and dad can file a claim. So if mom's working and mom's missing time from work, then she can be reimbursed for that. So we try to walk them through it. Very horrible.
Well, we do want to dedicate the program today to the memory of Amber Jones, and it was just so ironic that we were there for a domestic violence program and discussion, and to during that program hear the news that this young lady's body was found and that it was too late to be able to save her.
Yeah, it was very horrible.
So that family, Amber's family, they'll be reached out to, and other families like that who are going through something like that.
Yes, ma'am. We reach out to them daily. We don't do anything for property damage, anything for if somebody breaks into a car or something like that. But if your glasses are damaged during the victimization, that we can reimburse for. Any dental, that can be reimbursed for. But definitely, yes, someone will reach out to Amber's family.
Okay. And to do all of the wonderful work that you all do, the support, the love, the financial part, is more than a notion. It's not like you're just reaching up in the sky and pulling money down.
Right.
So every now and then you all host a fundraiser.
We do.
And you've got one coming up. It's November the 14th?
November the 14th.
All
We're
right,
celebrating
November the 14th, everybody.
36
Put it
years.
on your calendar now. We want you to save that date and come out and support the Northwest Victim Services.
Yes, so we're celebrating 36 years of service. Northwest Victim Services is actually the very first community-based agency in the city of Philadelphia. And it went so well that 6 other agencies were born. So we'll be celebrating at the
6:30 to 8:30 Chart House. Come out, enjoy. So you already know Chart House is going to be good food, right? It's going to be
Ambiance.
people there for a worthy cause. So for those of you that don't always have time to get out during the daytime for community service, this is your opportunity to come out and support our event.
Okay, what's the time again?
6:30 to 8:30, November 14th at the Chart House.
Okay, and it's just a fundraiser for Northwest Victim
Fundraiser,
Services.
come out, meet and greet, say hi to some of the people that are working hard to make sure our community gets services that a lot of people aren't aware of.
Okay, and then if by some chance folks, a few people may say, oh God, I'd love to support that group, they do great work. I can't be there that night. You can still send a check.
You can, and you can send that check to 6023 Germantown Avenue, Philadelphia, PA 19144, or you can go onto our website. We have a PayPal button where you can click that button and make a donation. We would greatly appreciate it. And all proceeds are used for victims of crime.
All right.
That's northwestvictimservices.org.
Yes.
Okay, so people would write their check out to Northwest Victim Services. Okay, and then mail it to the address if they want to mail it. If they don't want to do PayPal, mail it. Give them the address again.
6023 Germantown Avenue, Philadelphia, PA 19144.
And if they want to purchase tickets for the November the 14th event, they can go to your website and do it, or they can call the office?
Yes, they can call the office as well, and which is the number's 215-438-4410.
Again.
215-438-4410.
What else can people do to support Northwest?
So not only do we have the programs for victims of crime, we try to be very proactive as well. We have 3 community programs. We have one which is a Stand for Something program, where we go out into the schools and we educate on victimization and bullying. We have a Senior for Safety program where we go into the churches and the senior homes. We educate the seniors on all of the current scams. We see so many people who lose thousands and thousands of dollars. And then we have our domestic violence workshops. Every other month we try to educate and empower men and women who have been victims of domestic violence.
Very good. All right. Well, all of that is so good to know, and I just applaud you all for the great work you're doing. Keep up the great work. Now, you are not just a board member, I'm told. Little birdie whispered in my ear that you're president.
President, yes.
Mr.
So
President.
my arm is still a little bit sore. Somebody twisted my arm. I won't say any names, but Melody Nelson happened to twist my arm, and it was for a worthy cause, so there was no way I could have said no. I think it's important to continue to serve the community. I've been a lifelong community servant, so this is just another way that I continue to serve the community.
You know that saying, to whom much is given,
Much is required.
Yes, yes, yes. We got to work. We got to work. And don't
and
give
we
up.
were able to meet when Derek was a fire commissioner. So we wanted to know
And
how
a wonderful
we could,
fire commissioner.
He
I
was.
might
He
add.
was.
Yes, yes, yes. We're proud that we
Thank
had you as our fire commissioner.
Yes. So we wanted to know, Northwest Victim Services wanted to partner with the fire department to assist arson victims.
Right.
How we can assist.
A lot of people don't realize that arson is a crime also, and that's one of those crimes that goes unnoticed.
Yes.
And Melanie was the first to really come to us and say, look, you know, we want to help service those people also.
Yes, 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 yes. So very important. Well, I want to thank you again and again to both of you for the work
Thank
you're doing.
you.
Folks, don't forget about November the 14th. Come out, come out, come out and support the Northwest Victim Services and what they're doing. They're going to be on Columbus Boulevard at the Chart House, a wonderful place to come and do a fundraiser, get ambiance, delicious food, and of course, wonderful networking and good company as well. That just about wraps it up for this edition of News You Can Use, with the exception of me saying we have an election coming up. It's on Tuesday, November the 7th. That's General Election Day in Pennsylvania. We encourage you to get out to the polls and vote. If you're a registered voter, handle your business. Go to the polls and vote. They polls open at 7 a.m. They remain open until 8 p.m. And here in Philadelphia, we'll be making a decision about who's going to be our next district attorney, who's going to be the next city controller, who are some of these judges going to be who have these open seats right now in Philadelphia. There's some statewide judicial seats that are available as well. And there's a few referendum questions on the ballot. So we just encourage you, not telling you who to vote for, I don't get into that, but just to encourage you, get out and vote, because truly our lives depend on it. And finally, check out our radio program that we do at 900 AM and 96.1 FM, WURD. My radio show is called Daybreak on Word, Mondays through Fridays, 6 to 7 a.m. You can check me out on Facebook Live or at wordradio.com. Listen on the app, the WURD app on your cell phone, or listen on the radio. We thank you for joining us again for this edition of News You Can Use. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.